You have shattered every expectation set against you, defying all odds with a strength that continues to shock and disbelieve many. People around you question how you consistently rise above every challenge, no matter how relentless or overwhelming it seems. From the beginning, some built assumptions about your future, convinced you would remain trapped within the limitations they tried so hard to impose. They went to great lengths to block your progress, stripping away opportunities and attempting to ensure you never had a chance to break free or realize your true potential. These deliberate efforts to sabotage your journey included every trap they laid and every alliance they formed with those who sought your failure, all orchestrated to bring you down. They conspired in secret, believing their actions would go unnoticed, convinced their attempts to intimidate, harass, and create chaos in your life would break your spirit for good. Their expectations weren't just low, they were cruel. Some secretly wished to see you completely defeated, struggling without hope or resources, even imagining you in harsh situations like imprisonment or homelessness, believing their schemes would go unchecked. Their intentions were steeped in malice. But what they failed to realize was that each attempt to destroy you would ultimately be overturned by forces far greater than they could see. They underestimated the unseen protection around you, unaware that every harmful plot would become a lesson in their own downfall. Behind closed doors, their conversations dripped with bitterness and resentment, spreading negativity to wear down your resolve. This overwhelming, steady flow of hostility was designed to push you to the very edge. But instead of breaking, you found new strength, becoming living proof that no amount of darkness can extinguish a spirit destined to rise. They wanted you to doubt everything about yourself, hoping you'd get lost in the whirlwind of chaos they carefully constructed around you. Their strategy was to shake your confidence, to make you second-guess every step and every choice, until you started believing their lies over your own inner knowing. Pause for a moment. A call for support has been removed as per instructions. Now let's get back to it. It's important to recognize the magnitude of what you faced. It wasn't just one or two people trying to bring you down. Entire groups banded together, pooling their energy and intentions solely to break your spirit. That fact alone speaks volumes about your power and the intensity of your light. When so many unite against one individual, it only exposes the immense strength of the person they fear most. True strength isn't measured by how many people stand behind you, but by your capacity to endure, to stand tall and unshaken no matter how many come against you. That strength, along with a deep well of wisdom, was placed within you for a reason. Every trial you endured, every attempt to break you, only forged you into a more radiant, unyielding force. The glow that surrounds you now is undeniable, radiating in ways others simply can't understand. It's why doors keep opening for you, even as others try to block your way. People struggle to comprehend why your journey unfolds differently, why blessings and opportunities find you despite everything done to hold you back. Many spoke against you, plotted in secret, and acted with intention to see you fail. But they overlooked a universal truth. Consequences always follow action. Every scheme they set in motion was a trap they believed you would fall into, never once considering that they might be sealing their own fate. Their focus was locked on you, watching, waiting, hoping for your downfall. So much so that they became blind to their own missteps, walking straight into the very pits they dug for you. Meanwhile, you kept moving ahead with grace, purpose, and dignity, never letting their obsession pull you off your path. This is what truly sets you apart, and why, no matter how hard they try, your light keeps shining, and your journey continues to unfold in ways they could never have predicted. They exhausted themselves with endless schemes and secret meetings, not realizing that every ounce of energy they invested in plotting against you would ultimately be their own undoing. While they spent nights strategizing and weaving negativity, completely unaware that their efforts would only lead them down a path of disappointment, your spirit remained untouched by their attempts to sabotage your journey. Now, the very people who once brushed you off, doubted your abilities, or gossiped behind your back are finding themselves unable to look away. They're being confronted by the reality of who you truly are. Someone they can no longer ignore because the light within you has grown too bright to be hidden by anyone's shadow. These are the same individuals who stared at you through eyes clouded by doubt, who carried around negativity as if it were a shield, not realizing that the day would come when they'd have no choice but to acknowledge your inner power. Every opponent, every skeptic, every person who tried to place limitations on your worth is now facing a truth they can't deny. Whether it was family members who refused to see your potential, friends who drifted away because they couldn't understand your growth, or strangers who tried to define you by your setbacks, each one is now confronted with the undeniable evidence of your strength. They thought your story would end in defeat, that your life would be marked by failure and hardship. But every time they looked in your direction, hoping to witness your downfall, all they saw was the emergence of a power they never anticipated. You became the leader they once tried to silence, the example they now wish they could follow. Their attempts to rewrite your story or paint you in the colors of their own insecurities failed every time because you were always meant to rise above the limitations they tried to place upon you. Every scheme to diminish your worth, every whisper campaign meant to break your spirit, was ultimately wasted energy. Greatness was never something you had to chase. It was always a part of your being, patiently waiting for the moment when the world would finally recognize it. The struggles you faced were never meant to define your life or sentence you to a future of lack and hardship. While others were busy wasting their time plotting and hoping to see you stumble, your destiny was quietly unfolding, lifting you higher until even your critics were forced to respect the magnitude of your light. You have done the unimaginable, rising above every single expectation that was ever set to limit you, refusing to be boxed in by the judgments and projections of others. From the very start, people around you set up invisible barriers and quietly whispered doubts, thinking you'd never find the strength to move beyond the boundaries they created. But you didn't just step over those lines. You demolished them, shattering every single limitation placed in your way, and proving time after time that obstacles have no real power when your spirit is driven by true strength and unwavering determination. Each setback, each moment of adversity, became fuel for your journey rather than a reason to give up. The world watched as you refused to be defined by negative circumstances or the pessimism of those who never truly saw you for who you are. They assumed your story would be one of failure and defeat, but what they're witnessing now is a testament to your resilience, a story rewritten with triumph, courage, and undeniable growth. Now the tables have turned. Those same voices that once mocked you, the ones who dismissed your abilities or brushed off your dreams as impossible, are beginning to realize how deeply they underestimated you. Many of them now look to you for inspiration, seeking your wisdom, encouragement, and motivation, drawn to the light that radiates from your journey and your words. The very people who failed to see your potential, who once believed you would always remain stuck or lost, are now forced to face the undeniable truth. Greatness was always within you, quietly waiting for its moment to be revealed. Some will still resist this reality, stubbornly holding on to their doubts, opinions, or even jealousy, as if those things could somehow shield them from their own regrets or insecurities. But the truth is, none of those old judgments matter anymore. Their opinions were never a true measure of your worth or your destiny, and their inability to see your value only highlights how far you've come without their validation. What has really propelled you forward is something much deeper, a powerful blend of confidence, clarity of purpose, and the relentless resilience that has seen you through every storm. Your journey has been defined not by the limitations others placed on you, but by your refusal to accept them as reality. Every struggle you encountered became an opportunity for growth, every setback a lesson in strength, and every door that closed made you more resourceful and determined. These experiences have illuminated your path, transforming you in ways that even you might not have expected, revealing layers of courage and wisdom that continue to surprise those who doubted you. This growth has reshaped you from the inside out, forging a maturity and depth of character that now set you apart from everyone who ever tried to hold you back. You have become someone that the people from your past, whether critics, naysayers, or even former friends and family, can no longer define or put into a box. They are left struggling to comprehend the magnitude of your transformation, and in many ways, their confusion is a testament to just how far you've come. The maturity, wisdom, and spiritual clarity you now embody make you unrecognizable to those who only knew the old version of you. Their understanding, however, is not required for your journey to continue, nor does their acceptance hold any power over your destiny. The only thing left for them to do is step aside, to release the hold of their outdated perceptions, and allow you the space to walk freely into your future, one that is no longer shadowed by interference, judgment, or doubt. Their efforts to hold you back, to keep you bound in struggle and weighed down by unnecessary burdens, have failed completely. The weight they tried to place on your shoulders has only made you stronger, more compassionate, and even more determined to pursue the life you are meant to live. In rising above every attempt to limit you, you have become a beacon for others, a living example of what is possible when you refuse to be defined by the world's limitations and choose instead to believe in the power within yourself. Now you stand not just as a survivor, but as a leader, and a light for all those still fighting to break free, showing them that it's not only possible but inevitable when you walk your path with faith, courage, and authenticity. The burden they once schemed to place on your shoulders has not only shifted, but has become a weight they can no longer avoid. Instead of seeing you falter beneath the pressure of their plots, they are the ones now feeling trapped by the consequences of their actions. In a complete reversal, they are forced to stand on the sidelines, helplessly witnessing the brilliance of the light they once tried so desperately to dim. Every achievement you make, every step you take forward, is a living reminder of what they failed to stop, and this reality unsettles them in ways they never anticipated. Your very presence stirs up discomfort and confusion deep within them, awakening emotions they tried to hide. Some watch you in complete silence, unable to express their true feelings, as they swallow their pride and attempt to mask their disappointment. Regardless of how they choose to react, the undeniable truth is the same. Their efforts to break your spirit have failed, and the power you now embody is impossible for anyone to deny. As your journey continues to unfold in the light of your success, their inner turmoil only grows more pronounced. The envy and regret festering in their hearts belong solely to them. You are no longer tethered to the emotional storms they created. Their heavy feelings, whether regret, resentment, or jealousy, are the harvest of their own decisions, the direct outcome of the path they chose, when they could have chosen differently. If they now feel the sting of negativity every time your name is mentioned, it is because their actions built the prison they now inhabit. Had they reached out in kindness, offered encouragement instead of doubt, or acted from a place of empathy rather than competition, they would not feel the heaviness of remorse shadowing their lives. The bitterness and regret that color their days now are not yours to fix or carry. They are the echoes of every missed opportunity to treat you with dignity and respect. Among all the faces in your hometown, Among every branch of your family tree, you have become the rare example of possibility realized, the one who defied all the odds and expectations. This truth unsettles those who once cast you aside. Your journey stands as a challenge to every limitation they tried to set, reminding them that their judgments, no matter how loudly or often repeated, could never alter your fate. They doubted, they resisted, and they may even have tried to recruit others to their side. But every attempt has only highlighted how powerless they were to determine your destiny. If resentment still lingers in their hearts, or jealousy shadows their every thought, let it stay with them. It is not your responsibility to mend what they refuse to heal within themselves. Their frustration and bitterness are not your burdens to bear. Instead, they serve as reminders of the inner work they have yet to do. No matter how persistent their efforts, no matter how creative their attempts to control or define your story, they failed to seize what never belonged to them in the first place. Your strength, your spirit, and your unique presence were always yours, safeguarded by something higher than their schemes or intentions. And if you're still on the path, still navigating the healing, the rebuilding, the rising, know that you're not alone. This space is for you. Your journey matters. Your voice matters. Your light is needed now more than ever. If this message resonated with your spirit, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Join this growing community of awakened souls who are rising, reclaiming their power, and walking in divine purpose.